What up? It's your boy Supreme of First, the Slip Records, and you're watching the first episode or webisode of Just Something to Think About. And pretty much the premise of the show is just something I thought about, I felt like was interesting, and I wanted to give you my take on it. So today's subject is gonna be how brilliant Facebook is. I don't even think they realize what they've done, but I give you my take on it. But typically, when you meet somebody and you get to know them, at some point you're gonna be like, what's your Facebook or what's your Facebook name? And the whole purpose of you asking this is because you want to find out about the person. So here's what you do: you get John Doe or James Doe name. When you get home, you pull them up and you scroll down the timeline and you're looking at pictures and you're like, oh, she a hoe, or man, that dude stupid, he crazy. And then you go and be like, she put that in her mouth. Or you might look at him and be like, yeah, he wiped his booty with it. What? That's you just come up with all of these perceptions of this person, and then when you get tired of scrolling down the line, the next thing you do is go to the photos, and you'll look for interesting photo album names like a smell that wouldn't go away, or her hair burnt up, something like that. Just something so that way you can continue to add to the perception that you've already created of this person. So when it's all said and done, you tired of looking at pictures, you go on about your day. And now you think you know who this person is just by looking at their pictures. Now that's how cold Facebook is. They've trained us to think that, and we may have been like this prior to, but this is what people do every single day. Train us to think that we can find out a person by just looking at pictures. And the craziest thing about it is they have an about page. It's not even the main page. And you're supposed to be going to find out about people, unless it's somebody that you've been knowing for a long time. But typically, you're not really interested in people that you've been knowing majority of the time. You might click on their page if you see some interesting picture, and so that way you can start to judge them as well. But anyway, it's a cycle. What ends up happening is when you go back to work and you see Jane or John Doe, and they do something out of the ordinary, or what you might consider to be out of the ordinary based off the pictures that you've seen, then you start to question, like, man, I wonder why they act like that, because you think you know who they are. So you get back on Facebook and you try to find stuff to validate the actions that you've seen, or try to make sure that what you thought initially is correct. Again, never going to the about page. So Facebook has created a cycle for us to just keep looking at pictures, to keep on trying to find out who people are, and we never take the time to really try to find out. So the message, I hope y'all getting it. It's not only about Facebook, it's about not judging a book by its cover, or all those other cliche terms that you may have heard in the past. We need to start reading into things. You wouldn't hear about people getting catfished and all of that crazy type of stuff if you was really doing your homework like people used to do in the old school days. You know what I mean? Don't get wrapped up. Holla.